Hello, I'm Flo from Wildchain, and today I'm talking about how games could completely transform how charities and nonprofits approach fundraising. But first, let's talk about something a lot of charities and nonprofits are struggling with, and that is called donor fatigue. So, what is donor fatigue and why does it happen? Let's dive in. So donor fatigue is a real challenge for a lot of charities and nonprofits around the world. And it happens when people who donate on a regular basis start feeling overwhelmed by either frequent donation requests, or maybe they begin doubting whether their contributions actually are making a difference. And as you can imagine, that leads to fewer donations over time. So I have 5 common reasons for you why donor fatigue happens. So reason number 1 is a constant appeal for donation. And so when you're getting hit with donation requests left and right, it does feel overwhelming, and it's almost like you're being pressured into giving all the time, and that can definitely lead to donor fatigue. Reason number 2 is a lack of feedback or visible impact. So donors obviously want to know their money is actually helping. So if they don't see any results, they might feel that their contributions don't really matter. Reason number 3, it's kind of overwhelming to see all these different causes, and there's something that I would call maybe crisis fatigue. So there's so many charities around the world, there's so many natural disasters or emergencies all the time, climate change. It can really feel that everything needs urgent attention, and donors might feel stretched too thin. They're unsure where to focus their help, and eventually they burn out under that pressure and start losing interest. Reason number 4 is economic hardship. So obviously in times of high inflation or it's just difficult that sometimes personal finances actually make it hard for people to maintain to be able to give, especially when you're constantly getting donations requests. And number 5 is that you might actually feel powerless, similar to what I mentioned before with the overwhelming causes and this sort of crisis fatigue. But if you're facing a global issue like climate change that seems too big for an individual, and I think if they believe that their donation won't make a difference, then they might become demotivated, and they might stop giving altogether. Okay, so now we understand donor fatigue. So let's talk about how games could solve some of these issues, and how games can help to keep donors engaged and motivated to give. So here are some points why games can be amazing fundraising tools. Okay, so one of the main reasons donors experience fatigue is the transactional nature of giving. On the other side, games are very interactive. They're interactive by nature, which means that you're not just handing over money, but you're participating in something that is fun and engaging. Let me give you an example. Picture this. A charity creates an online platform where every donation you make moves you forward in a level or in a micro game. Maybe you're building a virtual village, maybe you're completing a puzzle, maybe you're leveling up a character. So the game pulls you in, and giving becomes part of the experience and part of fun, and that's more satisfying than just giving a dull task. So by making donations part of the gameplay, donors are more likely to stay engaged over time, in my opinion, because who doesn't love a game that's both fun and meaningful at the same time? So another big reason for donor fatigue, in my opinion, is the lack of feedback. So donors often feel disconnected from the impact of their contribution because you donate maybe something and you don't hear back, or maybe you just get a monthly newsletter. I think games are very different in the way that they if you solve a problem in a game, or if you have a task in a game, you always get instant gratification because you're rewarded immediately after taking a certain action in the game. And that's what keeps you motivated. That's what keeps you coming back to the game. And let's say you're donating to a charity that has gamified their fundraising efforts. Every time you donate, you see that progress bar filling up. Maybe you receive a in-game reward, maybe you unlock a special item or a level, maybe a badge that is public, so there's also a social proof element to it. So these rewards really create a sense of achievement. And I think a good example for this is an app called Free Rice. It's basically a educational trivia game where you answer questions, and for every correct answer, rice is donated to fight world hunger. So it's a great app, and players also get that immediate feedback and both the satisfaction from being right and sort of winning the game, but also knowing that they have contributed to a good cause in real time. So another important point is building a community. And I think that's one of the most powerful aspects in games, how they can really create communities. And many popular games encourage teamwork and cooperation, and the same dynamic can be applied to or used to in fundraising. And let's say a charity creates a leaderboard showing top donors or fundraising teams. People can then form groups and bring friends together, families, colleagues, and then to reach that collective goal. So suddenly it's not just about individual giving, suddenly it's being part of a larger, more meaningful mission that you tackle together with your friends. One example would be charity miles, where basically users raise money for the different causes simply by walking or running. And then there are corporate sponsors that donate based on the kilometers or miles completed. And I think it's a very nice community-driven effort. The app keeps track of your friends' progress, and you can compete against your friends there, and that's a really nice way to see that collective achievement. I think also that crowdfunding actually is a powerful tool that you can use when you have a community and you bring your community in, just very small contribution from a large group, and then that really also makes clear that no matter the size, every contribution matters and contributes to a larger goal. And I think when you combine that together with game mechanics such as group challenges, progress bars, you can see that every donation is part of something bigger. I think one example would be also GoFundMe. So you can see hundreds or thousands even small donations add up to really make a big difference. And I think gamifying the process really makes it more engaging, and shows donors that they truly are part of something bigger. Now that completes my list. I think that game mechanics and games have so much potential to improve fundraising. But what do you think? Do you think gamifying the process could make a real difference in how often people donate or how involved they feel? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.